In the landscape of Filipino media, one theme repeats itself with striking persistence: infidelity. Whether it's the crying wife, the apologetic husband, or the seductive other woman,
I'm married.
No pressure. And kiss me. And
the
don't you
mistress
dare call
narrative has become both spectacle and staple. From teleseries to blockbusters, cheating isn't just a subplot, it's often the plot. From the legal wife to no other woman, the mistress to the broken marriage vow, the narrative of infidelity is everywhere. The kabit genre draws in millions of viewers. But why are we so obsessed? The kabit genre is so widespread, it practically exists as its own category. These stories are often structured where we have, first, the dutiful wife. The common traits of this character is 1. Self-sacrificing. She often endures emotional abuse, neglect, or betrayal for the sake of the family. Second, martyr complex. Her patience is framed as a virtue. She believes love is proven through suffering. Third, emotionally restrained. She rarely retaliates, at least not immediately. She cries in silence, prays, or confides in her best friend or mother. Lastly, this character is often a mother. Her identity is tied to her children and household. Leaving the marriage isn't framed as an option, at least not until the climax. Examples of these characters are Monica in The Legal Wife and Jill in The Broken Marriage Vow. This character is often the moral center of the story. Viewers are meant to sympathize with her. She's written to embody the ideal of Maria Clara: loyal, pure, dignified, even in humiliation. However, her suffering often becomes the main entertainment. The second character of this structure is the cheating husband. Common traits include emotionally passive or immature. He often blames his cheating on being unhappy, confused, or tempted. He hides the affair but panics when it's exposed. He often gaslights the wife or plays the victim. Despite his actions, stories often write with him nuance. He's just a man who made a mistake. He is a source of conflict, but not always the true villain. The story often wants viewers to understand or forgive him, sometimes more quickly than the mistress. The last structure of the characters of these stories are the seductive other woman. She's confident, often wealthier, more glamorous than the wife. Her sexuality is central to her character, but used against her. Sometimes she genuinely loves the man, but more often she's portrayed as selfish, vain, or opportunistic. Her backstory is often missing or shallow. Her motivations are often simplified. She's the antagonist, the disruptor of domestic harmony. She's often there to be hated, slapped, or shamed. Even when she expresses remorse or depth, the narrative rarely grants her redemption. And this structure always have explosive confrontation. This structure is melodramatic, addictive, and highly profitable. The roots of this obsession go deep. During Spanish colonization, the Catholic Church and patriarchal values shaped gender roles in Filipino society. The Maria Clara ideal emerged: submissive, loyal, and self sacrificing women. In contrast, men were granted more power and liberty, even in relationships. The notion of a man having a mistress wasn't just tolerated, it was normalized. This legacy still echoes today. In many teleseries, the wife is expected to endure for the sake of the family. Even in pain, she must be graceful, patient, and pure. Meanwhile, the cheating husband is often portrayed as lost or tempted, but still redeemable. The mistress, on the other hand, is demonized. So, why does this trope endure? One answer: emotional labor. These stories let viewers process betrayal, injustice, and powerlessness in a controlled environment. They pretty much offer catharsis. In a society where systemic justice often feels out of reach, watching a mistress get slapped on national television can feel satisfying.
periodiko! Akin lang ang asawa ko!
Producers know this. The teleserye format thrives on escalation, on betrayal, secrets, and confrontations. These aren't just stories, they're rituals, a collective release of grief and anger through performance. And it keeps audiences practically glued to their seats waiting for the next episode to air. Another layer to this genre is class. The kabit is often portrayed as a woman of means, richer, bolder, freer than the legal wife. Infidelity becomes a symbol of power, one person's desire to escape boredom or another's desperate grasp at survival. The cheating narrative becomes more than just romance, it becomes a metaphor for the imbalance of power between genders and classes. What's most telling for this genre is who gets punished. In many narratives, the cheating husband is humanized. He's just confused or made a mistake. He's almost always given a path to redemption. But the mistress, she's vilified. Her sexuality becomes her crime. She is punished by society and by the story itself. This double standard reinforces the patriarchal system. Women are taught to fight each other, not the man who betrayed them both. But things are changing, slowly. More recent media have begun to shift the focus. The Broken Marriage Vow, a Filipino adaptation of the BBC's Dr. Foster, puts the betrayed woman front and center. It's not just about getting revenge, it's about reclaiming agency. Younger viewers, too, are asking harder questions. Why is the man always excused? Why do these stories end in cycles? Filipino media's obsession with cheating isn't just about drama. It's about power, gender, morality, and trauma. But it also has the power to do more than mirror. It can question, it can challenge, it can inspire new endings. Because maybe the most radical story isn't about revenge, but about release.